Welcome back to the channel once again, guys. Thanks so much for being here, clicking on the video, supporting the content here, and joining me back in the Wizarding world once more. I really do appreciate that. So, this is going to be a spicy one. We're going to jump headfirst into a pit full of snakes, so to speak, and we're going to be talking about all the controversy, backlash going on with the Snape casting. It looks like that backlash is only getting louder by the day, guys. I would have thought, given time after the trailer, I would have thought this would have began to kind of dissipate and slowly kind of fade out of the pop culture zeitgeist, but it looks like the memes, the videos, the images, the articles are just getting louder and louder and louder. So we have an article here breaking down what's going on with the Harry Potter trailer. It's now broken over 250,000 dislikes on the Harry Potter trailer. So it's got more dislikes than likes on the actual trailer, which we're going to check out in a sec. Then we'll read into this article and break down some other news and information about the Snape controversy as well. Okay, so from Cosmic Book News, Harry Potter trailer nears 250,000 dislikes as fans flood YouTube comments over Black Snape. And at the time of this article, which was only written yesterday, it was saying it's nearing 250,000. Well, that number is now officially above 250,000 as of a day later. Obviously, I'm recording it today on the 10th. This article was written on the 9th. So, going over to the actual official trailer here, on the Harry Potter and HBO Max YouTube channel, we can see here the ratio of likes to dislikes on the trailer. And obviously we got a picture there of Snape as well in the background on the trailer. So it's got 268,000 likes, 282,000 dislikes. So it's officially been ratioed, as they're calling it. I think that's the term that people are going with now on social media. When a video's been ratioed, that basically means that it's got more dislikes than likes on the trailer. So, I mean, is this going to have any kind of effect on the series going forward? Absolutely not. I don't think it will. I still think this is going to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest TV series of all time. I think the first season is going to absolutely just wreck shop with the viewership numbers. It's going to be one of the most viewed TV shows of all time. I don't think this is going to have much of an effect. I could be wrong, but I really, really don't think that it will. But anyway, guys, so let's go back over to the article now that we've taken a look at the likes and dislikes on the YouTube trailer. Let's go back over, let's start breaking down this article here, and let's see what's going on with this controversy. So guys, before we go any further into the article, I think it's only fair that I give my thoughts and my feedback on what I think about the Snape casting. So on the one hand, I am very disappointed that they didn't go with a book-accurate version of Snape in this casting. I mean, I'll throw up these book excerpts here. You can obviously see how Snape is described in the books, having a pale white face and so on and so on and so on. You can see here from the highlighted sections of the books here. But on the one hand, I'm disappointed because it's not book-accurate. Even though this series is being described as a book-accurate retelling, it doesn't seem to be when it comes to this character. But on the other hand, Papa Asidu is such a talented actor. I think within an episode or two, once I've seen him on screen, once I've seen his chemistry with the other characters, I think his acting is going to win me over, even though it's not a book-accurate version of the character. I do think his acting is strong enough to win people over, and I think that's ultimately what's going to happen for myself. I can't speak for anyone else, and people are going to hate on this regardless because it drives clicks to their social media, it drives clicks to their YouTube channel, so people are going to hate on this regardless, and that's the way people are. But when they cross that line into like racial slurs and they start attacking the guy for being black and being, they start going into racial territory, I think that's way over the line, guys. I don't think that's acceptable. Lay out your logical reasons why you don't like the casting, that's fine, but when you cross that line into kind of racial kind of slurs and attacks, that's never okay. But anyway, that's my thoughts and feelings about the casting. I'm disappointed, but I think his acting can win me over, so I'm willing to be cautiously optimistic. Okay, so let's get into this anyway. So, we're going to go straight down to here. So, update. 3 days after we posted this article, dislikes have shot up to 270k, which obviously we saw over here. The dislikes are now at 282k, and the likes are at 268. So, that's the most up-to-date figures. Okay, the video also has over 9.7 million views, which shows just how much attention the reboot is getting as the reaction keeps building. So, yeah, I would have thought this would begin to dissipate, this kind of controversy around Snape, but it only seems like it's getting louder, which is kind of crazy. So, YouTube reaction is almost split down the middle. The near even split between likes and dislikes stands out because it comes less than 2 weeks after the release. The reaction points to a fandom that is heavily divided, not just a few loud posts on X. Not only have you got the controversy surrounding Snape, obviously you've got the controversy surrounding J.K. Rowling as well. So you've got these two orbits of different controversies kind of overlapping each other. And, man, I mean, the franchise just keeps getting more and more controversial, like, you know, with different things going on, and it's just insane. It really is. So, obviously, they've got a screenshot there. This screenshot is kind of out of date now. It's, again, we know the figures, 268 likes, 282 dislikes, 282,000 dislikes, I should say. So, ignore this image because it's out of date. Snape is still driving the backlash. So, Papa City Snape continues to dominate the conversation. One of the top comments says, "This is so book accurate," followed by Snape pops up, which pulled 37,000 likes. And again, people are complaining about the book accuracy kind of angle. Again, because the whole thing is being marketed as a book accurate retelling of the story. And then yet we see Snape and he's not book accurate. So, Snape is a fan favorite character, obviously made famous by the late great Alan Rickman, and all those comparisons, and that's what kind of makes it all the more controversial for a lot of people, because he's such a fan favorite, and for him to be not a book accurate retelling of the character, it's kind of hit people even harder, I guess. So, another comment says, "Is that a black Snape?" Drew 10,000 likes. A separate comment asking why HBO gave Snape dreads also made top reactions. Other comments leaned into jokes about how the Philosopher's Stone storyline now plays differently, with fans mocking how quickly Harry suspects Snape in the first book. One of the biggest examples says, "Black Snape walks by, Harry, I don't trust him for some reason," which has 15,000 likes. And yeah, I mean, this is the thing as well. A lot of people are saying the dynamics within the story itself is going to heavily change now, because obviously Snape being a black character and Harry suspecting him, that's kind of feeding into those racial kind of stereotypes, and the dynamic and the chemistry and the kind of the feeling of the series is going to be off now because of Snape's color, and, you know, the way that Harry and Harry's dad obviously treated him as well, and that kind of dynamic is going to throw off the whole story, and it's going to feel a bit weird and a bit strange in the way that those story beats are going to play out. Guys, jump into the comment section, let me know what you think about that. That's another big thing people are talking about too. Okay, Alan Rickman comparisons are everywhere. Of course, they're going to be everywhere. A lot of the YouTube reaction is also tied to Alan Rickman. So fans are posting comments like, "I miss you, Alan Rickman," while others say, "Nobody will ever play the role the same way." Another popular comment says, "Not casting Adam Driver as Snape needs to be a crime," which pulled 27,000 likes. Yeah, I mean, we saw those fan castings and those kind of fan posters that were going around for months and months and months with Adam Driver. And Adam Driver looks kind of like Alan Rickman's, you know, brother in a lot of ways. He really does look like Alan Rickman's Snape, he does. But just looking like a character isn't the best thing sometimes. You can have an actor that looks exactly like the character you want to cast, but does the actor fit the kind of personality of the actual character they're trying to cast? So, you know, in terms of the actor looking like the character is not always the best thing. You need someone who can actually fulfill the emotional beats of the character. But, you know, Papa City's acting is great. It is, but it's not book accurate. So I'm kind of divided on both sides of this. It's really tough. On the one hand, his acting is fantastic. I've seen him in a lot of stuff and he's really great. But he's not book accurate. So it's kind of like, it's kind of annoying. So, that tracks with the broader reaction already taking shape online. For many fans, this is not just about a new actor, it's about HBO touching on one of the most iconic roles from the films and doing it in a way many viewers think clashes with both the books and the version Rickman made famous. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone premieres this Christmas on HBO. And that's kind of where we are. So, I guess before we finish off, we can go back over to the... Okay, let's scroll down here. So, the trailer that launched 1,000 memes. We have Harry Potter at home. It feels like seeing new people living in your old home. Yeah, it absolutely does. Hollywood destroys the last fandom left standing. Harry, are you suggesting Professor Snape is stealing? Black Snape walks by. Harry, I don't trust him for some reason. How dare you stand where he stood? Let's keep going here. I think Snape is trying to steal the Philosopher's Stone. You got your mama's eyes for real, cuz. Look how they massacred my boy. That's so book accurate. Snape pops up. Time traveler kicks a rock. The timeline. Yeah, it's almost like an alternative version of Harry Potter where someone's gone back in time and messed up the timeline, and now we've ended up with this series, and it's kind of like, it feels similar, but something doesn't feel right. It feels off. I'm not talking about Snape. I'm just in general. The costumes are different, and the Hogwarts looks different, and everything is a bit different, and it feels weird. When Defense Against the Dark Arts is taken too seriously. It feels like fan fiction with a budget. Severus Snape puts on the sorting hat. Azkaban. You see what I mean? This is where it's kind of going into these kind of racial slurs, and I just don't think it's okay. It's distasteful. Hagrid's voice sounds like a hipster ordering a vanilla latte at Starbucks. Let's read a couple more. We got Black Snape with dreads before GTA 6. Not casting Adam Driver as a Snape should be a crime. The person that did the casting deserved to be fired. Okay, so you can see there, again, a lot of the conversation and the rhetoric is around the Snape casting. Again, it's okay to be logical and say why you dislike the casting, but to go into these kind of racial attacks, I just think it's distasteful, and there's no need for it, really. But guys, what do you think about this? So leave your honest thoughts, feelings, feedback, and all that kind of stuff about the Snape casting. You know, give your logical reasons. If you don't like the Snape casting, what is it in particular about the Snape casting? Is it the fact that it's just not book accurate? You don't like Papa Asidu as an actor? Is it because of the connotations that are going to be around the story now that the Snape character is, you know, going to be black, and that's going to have different, you know, connotations in the story? Whatever your thoughts are about this, guys, is going to be continuing to drive this, you know, the fandom apart. It's going to be continuing to get more divisive and continuing to add to the controversy that surrounds Harry Potter as it is because of J.K. Rowling anyway. So yeah, leave your thoughts, comments, feelings, feedback, all that kind of stuff down below, guys. And I'm interested to see what you guys have to say about this, and let me know what you think about the dislike ratio on the trailer as well. Does that surprise you? Does it not surprise you? Whatever you think about it, let me know down below, guys. And as always, I will see you in the very next video.